You are being lied to. Every day, the world tells you to wait for inspiration. It tells you to wait for the right mood or the perfect time. But let me tell you the cold, hard truth. Motivation is a fickle friend who leaves you when the storm comes. Discipline? Discipline is the loyal enemy that saves your life. If you want to know the difference between a dreamer and a king, listen closely. The rain in Seattle didn't wash things clean. It just made everything gray. For 28-year-old Leo, it matched the color of his life. Leo was what people called gifted. In high school, he was the quarterback with the golden arm. In college, he was the business major with the million-dollar ideas. But at 28, he was a bartender at a dive on 4th Avenue, pouring cheap beer for people he secretly despised, living in a studio apartment that smelled like stale pizza and regret. He had a half-finished novel on his laptop, a half-started business plan in his notebook, and a gym membership he hadn't used in 6 months. Leo was the king of potential, and in America, potential is just a fancy word for hasn't done anything yet. One Tuesday night, a man walked into the bar. He wasn't wearing a flashy suit, but he carried himself with a terrifying stillness. This was Marcus the Anvil Sterling, a former boxing champion who now owned half the real estate in the city. Leo served him a whiskey, neat. Trying to make conversation, Leo said, "I used to box a little, had a wicked right hook. Just, never found the time to go pro. Life gets in the way." Marcus looked at Leo. He didn't smile. He didn't nod. He just stared with eyes that looked like they had seen the bottom of hell and climbed out. "Life doesn't get in the way, son," Marcus said, his voice like gravel. "You do. You think I became a champion because I loved getting punched in the face. You think I built my empire because I felt like reading contracts at 4 a.m. Marcus leaned in. "I hated every minute of training. I hated the diet. I hated the running. But I loved the result more than I hated the pain. That's discipline. You're waiting to feel like doing it. I do it because I said I would." He left a $100 bill on the counter and walked out. That night, Leo went home. He looked in the mirror. He saw the soft edges around his jawline. He saw the tired eyes. He realized Marcus was right. He had spent 10 years waiting for a spark of motivation. He was waiting to feel ready. He made a decision. No grand announcement on social media. No text to his mom. He just set his alarm for 4:30 a.m. The first month, the hell phase. The first morning, the alarm went off like a gunshot. It was pitch black outside. It was raining. Leo's bed was warm. His brain screamed, "Just 5 more minutes. You can start tomorrow." This was the moment. The great filter. This is where 99% of people quit. Leo swung his legs out of bed. He stood up. He felt nauseous. He put on his running shoes and went out into the rain. He ran 2 miles. He vomited at the end of the first mile. He came home, showered, and instead of watching TV before his shift, he opened his business plan. He wrote for 1 hour. He did this for 7 days. By day 10, he was exhausted. His body ached. His friends called him to go out for drinks on Friday. "I can't," Leo said. "Come on, man. Live a little," they said. "I am living," Leo replied, and he hung up. The 6th month, the Valley of Silence. 6 months in, the motivation was completely gone. The new me energy had faded. Now it was just a grind. It was boring. This is the secret nobody tells you about discipline. It is incredibly boring. It is doing the exact same thing over and over again without seeing immediate results. Leo was still bartending. He hadn't made $1 million. He hadn't published the book. But something was changing. His posture was different. He walked with a purpose. When he spoke, he didn't use filler words. His mind was sharper. He had saved $5,000 by cutting out alcohol and takeout. He finished the business plan. He started learning coding every night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. strictly. One night, his car broke down. In the past, Leo would have spiraled. He would have called in sick, gotten drunk, and complained about his bad luck. This time, he walked the 4 miles to work. He arrived on time. He didn't complain. He realized that discipline had given him armor. Problems didn't hurt him anymore. They were just logistics to be solved. The breakthrough, the opportunity. 1 year later, Leo was at a coffee shop working on his code, a platform designed to help small businesses manage inventory. A man at the next table spilled his coffee. It was a disaster. Laptop soaked, papers ruined. It was Marcus Sterling. Leo jumped up. He grabbed napkins. He helped clean the mess. He didn't fanboy. He was calm. "Thanks," Marcus grunted, wiping his suit. Then he paused. He looked at Leo. "I know you. The bartender, "You look different." "I am different," Leo said. "You still waiting for life to get out of the way?" Marcus asked, testing him. "No," Leo said. "I moved it." Marcus saw the code on Leo's screen. "What's that?" Leo pitched him, not with the desperate energy of a dreamer, but with the calm confidence of a man who knows his numbers because he has spent 365 nights studying them while the rest of the world slept. Marcus listened. He didn't smile. He pulled out a card. "My investment firm is looking for tech integration in our real estate division. Be at my office Monday, 7 a.m. Don't be late." The conclusion: Leo didn't get the deal because he was lucky. He didn't get it because he was gifted. He got the deal because when the opportunity finally knocked, he was the person capable of opening the door. He got the contract. He quit the bar. 3 years later, Leo sold his software company for $4.2 million. But here is the twist. The money didn't change his life. The money was just a number on a screen. What changed his life was the morning, 3 years later, when he woke up in a penthouse overlooking the Seattle skyline. It was raining. The bed was silk. It was warm. He didn't have to work another day in his life. The alarm went off at 4:30 a.m. His brain whispered, "You're rich now. Sleep in." Leo swung his legs out of bed. He put on his shoes. He went out into the rain. Because the discipline wasn't about the money, it was about the man he had to become to keep it. Motivation gets you started, but discipline is what keeps you going when the applause stops.